All right, what's good, everybody? I have officially unquit. I'll explain more in my devlog. Now it's a mad dash to the finish. You can submit projects late to the jam. There's 3.5 days left, I believe. So I'm giving myself till tonight to finish the game, and I'm gonna put it up. The reason being because I spent the whole weekend trying to do that procedural generation, and I was able to basically get it working and get pseudo random generation working, which is really cool. So I'll quickly go over that before I hop in because I got to get moving. But I made this. This is called a level editor, essentially, editor. And so I've got all these levels, and where you see is black will always be there, but the yellow, orange, and red will be filled in by random noise according to the difficulty level. So if you're on easy, medium, or hard difficulty, the random noise can potentially fill those in. And so it just gets harder and harder as you go on. I just realized though that this should be filled. Yeah, that's interesting that I did that. Oh yeah, definitely want to do that. For sure. That one too. Oh, I didn't even do that yet. I don't know how hard that'll be. Maybe I'll have to change it. But then, yeah, so you can save these. They get a little output here. And then I can load them too. It tells me all the things I've got here. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels. Not bad. Actually, I'm going to make one more because I had the idea for it. Interesting. The streamer is complaining about my bitrate. Uh-oh. Am I lagging? Uh-oh. I hope I'm not lagging. I shouldn't be. Anyway, I'm just going to keep chugging. So, if we just... Ooh. No, I did not wish to do that. Okay, it's weird that 2 doors is the default, because it shouldn't be. It should be that. Yeah, so if we just load that, it clears the screen, and then I'm just going to put the base walls down, which need to be there. And then the idea that I had was to make something like this, where you're basically given the choice up here, like, do you want to go to the left or do you want to go to the right? And then one side is going to be harder than the other. And the other thing that makes this more and more random is that I can flip the tile map pretty easily. So if you're like, oh, I'm just going to go to the right because that's the easy side, you won't notice. Also, it visually does change quite a bit, but I think once you play for a little bit, you'll start to kind of see these typical tropes. But if I have more time, I'll just try and batch out as many as I can to just give a little more to it. So yeah, here's what I'm going to do for this one. I'm just going to go like this. And I'll bucket fill this. And you don't have to be that random with your fill, I realized, because the noise is so random. So we can just, pretty simply define some very basic rules for myself. I swear you used to be able to shift click one place and then shift click another, and it would just go there. And then you have to click and drag. Why did that happen? That's not what I want. You have to shift click first. Why doesn't that like that? Oh, I see. All right. Okay, and then we're going to go to the red here. I'm going to pull this down there. Okay. I think also I'll do that in red. And then, you know what? I think I'm going to take away those and then add that. Yeah, that's pretty challenging, I think. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Oh yeah, and then one side has to be easier than the other. And then, so I guess I'll just make it the right side for right now, arbitrarily. So just go I don't know, maybe this far down. And then, so on the left side, you literally just have to go straight and it's just like free candy. But on the right side, you're gonna hit a bunch of stuff. Is the idea. And we'll do one more right there. Okay. Medium difficulty. I've got some basic rules, like on hard, I try to make the small space you have to go through 2 squares. That might be too easy, but again, it's pretty easy for me to come and edit these if I find that anything is too easy. Yeah, I guess I should probably do that for medium. If I get rid of this, do that, because that's easier to go through. Well, I'll never be able to do that then. Yeah, I have like these arbitrary rules I've made up that I think work pretty well. So these shouldn't be there. Then I'll make this one orange. Also make that one orange and that one orange. And then this one will be red when we get there. Make those orange. Okay, and then we'll come in for our hard. So yeah, I also don't want any 1 square of that. So 2 squares is the least amount of space I'm giving that way. And then we can do something like that. So I can't do that because that would give it 1 square. Or that. All right, that's looking pretty good. That definitely would be pretty tough to come through here and rip that. Also, I think I want to do that. So that on easy mode, you would have a much easier time getting through all that. Because you have more space, but on hard mode, I definitely want that to be blocked. Okay. Now the hardest part is naming things. Sometimes it takes me longer to name something than it does to write an entire function. Yeah, I'll call this trick. I don't know why. We'll click save. I almost clicked load, which would have cleared it. Yeah, but there you go. And now we can load it, and then I can pull up another one, and there's that one. And then now I can hit trick, load, there it is. Sweet. And then if I run the main scene, you can see it basically just spawns those. I did a little bit of work on some of the UI here, so you got a depth counter in centimeters because you're going to be an ant going through a spider web. So it's very small. But you can see it's pretty random. It's very hard to tell that this was generated. It seems to be lagging a bit. I think it's because I'm streaming, because it wasn't even on my less powerful computer. But yeah. And then so I also want to indicate what level you're on. So once you get past like 1 centimeter, I made it go to medium, which I think is too aggressive actually. I know we need to go to world here. So depth is greater than 2, and less than 3, it doesn't really matter. And then if depth is greater than 5, we set the difficulty to 3. This is also pretty ghetto, but I'm not gonna, it works, and I'm not going to worry about improving it right now because I think it's fine. The other thing I want to do, just to make sure, because it's so easy to do, is go to room. There's actually a few things I need to do here. One of them is to go to our tile set here. Well, unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to replace this, but for right now, I'm not. Oopsies. So what I'm gonna do here is make this a collision shape. So now we've got collisions. So this is here so that it cues it free when it leaves the screen. But what I want to do also is add a visibility notifier. And then I'll do screen entered here. And then when it's entered, I'll say show. And then in ready, I'm gonna say hide. So we're hidden and then we're not. And then that reduces a lot of the graphical load just right there. And that can improve things massively. And then we should make sure this is actually ahead of it. So X will be 1080 divided by 2. And then this will be like -100. Yeah. So then, because these things aren't super precise, so this will be like, if it starts to come in the frame, then we need to get shit going. I'm actually just gonna check this because it should work right out of the gate. And it looks like it does. It doesn't look like there's any gaps here. I also think something I can do it's pretty simple to make this look better is to zoom in a little bit, which I think I will, because I think it's a little off-putting to see the walls. Even if it's just a little bit, I think it'll make it feel a lot more immersive, but I'll do that once I get to making the character. Okay, so that's good. And then I also want to, I haven't used this node. Oops, that's the wrong one. But the visibility enabler, actually, let's go ahead and look at the docs first. Ability enabler 2D. Okay, we'll disable rigid body 2D animation player and other nodes when they are not visible. It will only affect nodes with the same root node as the visibility enabler 2D and the root node itself. If you just want to receive notifications for performance reasons, enabler 2D uses approximate heuristic with precision to determine blah 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 blah. Be precise visibility checking using other methods such as adding an area 2D. Yeah, we'll see how this goes for right now. Hopefully I don't have to add an area 2D. That's pretty sweet if I can literally just add this. So we can do visible collision shapes. And then I'll add the visibility enabler. And then I'll also put that in the same place, essentially. Pause animation, freeze bodies, freeze particles, pause animated sprites. If true, will be stopped. That's what I want. Oh wait, no. Can't have that. Wait, yes we can. Yeah, I actually can. Actually, I never need the physics process. Okay, let's just see if this is working. Uh-oh. There's an overlap of one block. It doesn't seem to be causing any problems, so that's fine. That is a little weird that that's happening. Sweet though, okay. And it actually does look like it's already running smoother, so that's very cool. Because it doesn't need physics process. They move, it's actually kind of, it's the first time I've done this. We have a signal velocity. The world node calculates our velocity, and then we send that in a signal to any rooms. We've connected it all. And then so when they get the signal, then they move at that velocity. So they're actually just using the parent's. Yeah, I did find a workaround the tile map issue. See, it's so weird. It says that no one is watching right now, but you just commented, so clearly you're watching. Let's see. If I go... Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh yeah, I always remember it's like particularly very different. Uh-oh. My stream freeze? Huh. Okay, no, alright, now I've got concurrent viewers. Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's, I do want to quickly open up my stream here on my other monitor to make sure it's working. So enable bot. Okay, I think that looks good. Looks like I can't read that code at all, but that might just be because that monitor's shite. Yeah, that monitor's just shite. It is a very, so I have two monitors here. It's been a while, and they were both like $10 on OfferUp. So now I've got a sweet 3 monitor setup, and I also bought an external, like for Christmas, got an external GPU. I had all my friends put it together for me. So now I can edit videos without them just being annoying, because this computer just couldn't handle it and it would slow down and stuff. But, okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Anyway, just, yeah. So, what I did, and I kind of went over it, is that I made a room editor where the black tiles will always be there on any given room. The yellow tiles, so all the colorful tiles essentially will be filled in by random noise depending on the difficulty. So in easy mode, we can randomly fill all this. Orange or is medium, red is hard. And so I have like, let's see, what is Pinko, was it? I think is one of them. Yeah. So like I have like, oh yeah, here they all are. Here are all the levels. So they flip horizontally, also adding that degree of randomness, and then the noise fills this in. So it's pseudo procedural. It is still using random noise to do that, but yeah. Anyway, so this is pretty cool. It's a save and load system. I can save, I can load anything and save it just right here, because we're using a tool script with the set gets. Should be space there. And then on the set gets, I just call the save and load functions. And yeah, it's pretty easy. It is definitely possible to screw a lot of things up though if you're not paying attention, because there's no like safeguards in place. Like, are you sure you want to save over that file? I did not have time to code that. So anyway, this seems like it's working pretty well. Process parent, definitely also want to set that. So just throwing that node in there, hopefully, I mean, I didn't look at the profiler, so I guess I don't know, but it just seems smoother for sure. So you can see this is like the easy mode, and you see it's you know, it's cool. There's enough variation to feel like you're not, you know, just doing one thing, I think. Like that was the same level twice, but you definitely, or most people probably wouldn't be able to tell. And then I think I set it so that at 2 centimeters, medium mode starts. This is taking a long time. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? I'm feeling real good. Feeling real good. Oh man, it's crazy how much I love it. I love just using this game engine to do stuff, like pushing it to its limits. But yeah, so I need to work on that velocity and stuff, so I think right now I want to make a minimum viable product. We have this, it's relatively efficient, and there are collision shapes. I want to make destructible terrain and power-ups, and we'll see if we get there. I don't think it should be that hard to make just a basic game loop. We're not too far off, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a player character. Sorry about that. Go ahead and make a player character. So, for this, I'm just gonna get an area 2D, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna get an area 2D as the base. We're gonna add a collision shape 2D. I'm gonna add a sprite. And then I'm gonna use Godot. Oopsies. I might use this song for the thing. I kind of was imagining like a kind of like rock ballad while you're falling. I want like kind of almost boss battle music. Oops. Edit it out of my stream here. There's no way to shrink this, is there? Can I pop out chat? Oh, that works. Except only kind of. Ha. Then I will put this here. Beautiful. But for some reason, I cannot. What is this? Oh, pop out dashboard. Yes. Sweet. Okay, very cool. Now I can actually use these monitors. Or not. Sweet. Yeah, that didn't work out fantastically, but worked out enough. Excellent. Stream is healthy. Stream settings, analytics. Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. All right, whatever. I got the basics of the stream working. I just can't see myself, but that's fine. I guess I could see myself in OBS. Okay, so here we go. Anyway, we've got the player. I'm gonna do this. The tile size in the game is 60 pixels by 60 pixels. So what I'll need to do here is, so we know this is 64 by 64, and I want the player to be obviously 60 by 60, so that's just you'd be 60, well, just 1 times the ratio of 60 divided by 64. .9. I'll just set the scale to 0.9. That's weird that didn't work though. 0.9 by 0.9. There we go. And then we'll add this. This is just going to be a square because we're actually not even going to use a collision shape in this game. Oh wait, yes we are. This is the area to detect collisions. And I want this to be, we'll do like 20 by 20, I think is fair. So essentially your body is smaller than the tiles, and on top of that the hitbox is. So like 60-60, so you can potentially go through a 1 block space, and that would be like pretty large. Yeah, so like the 60 by 60 would be like there and there. So you might feel comfortable doing that. Yeah, maybe I should change that. And then so now this is only 40 by 40. So you've actually got, you'd have like 12 pixels, 14 pixels of, no, it's 60. You have 10 pixels of leeway on each side. That's actually pretty fair, I think, considering I'm building the game to be much easier than that. But we'll see. Oh yes, I also wanted to add enemies, but this is all a whole lot of scope for finishing tonight by 11, and I have to cook dinner for my girlfriend because she is working in the hospital. Name player. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna make the sprite look a little interesting here. I thought there was a way to, I did it once and it looked really cool. It was like much brighter than that. I don't really know how I did that though. I want to see the cute little Godot face, but fine, we'll just keep it there. Doesn't really matter at all, because hopefully that will not be there in the finished product, my friends. It's going to be an ant, and then I'm thinking he's either going to have a parachute or skydiving. But the idea is, when you're like going through this, the slow speed, which is this speed, will be like him either like kind of free falling like this, or like hanging onto a parachute like this, and then when you press down like that, then he's gonna like go like diving like that. And then I want to make like a giant, when you hit max velocity, I want to make like a ball of fire, a pink flame pop up behind you. Again, very ambitious, but I actually do think I can make it happen if I shut the hell up. I'm just quickly going to move 2 things around though, because I can't see. Okay, there we go. Nice. All right, so all we want with this guy here is to be able to move him left and right. I'm gonna go ahead and add a script here, player, create. Okay, I'm gonna put var, oh actually, I'm gonna move him from the world script. So he's gonna have his own script for sure, but so we're gonna do I'm gonna quick change the physics 2D. Nope, not that one. Layer names 2D physics. There we go. So layer 1 is going to be player. Make these lowercase. Player is going to be walls. It's going to be enemy. This will be power up. Okay. Hopefully we use all those. Who knows if we will. Yeah. Okay. So then in the room here, I need to go to the tile map and change the collision. We are on the enemy. Nope. We are on the wall layer, and we can collide with players and enemies. Not power-ups. Okay. And then player here, we are. Oh, it's down here. Collision, we are the player, and we can collide with all of these walls, enemies, what have you. Okay, cool. And then we'll connect our area entered signal, or sorry, we want to do body entered signal. Yeah, body entered, and then body node. Okay, and then we can check essentially what that is. And then if it's a wall, we're going to kill ourselves. Well, I mean, you know, first we'll call the hotline, but so we'll say function call hot. No, this is probably not funny for some people. Okay. Okay. I also need to make a score, but I think I want to get the player down first. So I'm going to toss the player into the world environment. This is a little unorthodox, for sure. But part of the reason that is, we should label this player. Is because it's weird having to make the world move, but you kind of have to when you're doing an infinite scroller like this, because otherwise, if you get too far, any game engine is not going to be able to handle the huge numbers of your distance. So if you start getting into like the hundreds of thousands, in some, I think it's like Arduino C++, it's like 40,000 is the max number you can get to before it starts like being imprecise and making errors, and there's a certain number you get to where it just breaks. So you have to like keep your ints, you know, at some whatever. So anyway, to prevent that from happening, we move the world rather than that. So when you see this happening here, you can see, well, actually you can't see me for some reason. Put you right in the center here, where you'll start, like right there. Let's go ahead and transform. And then we'll do 1080 divided by 2. Was that what I had? Oh, very close, very close. Okay, and we'll do this, we'll do 350. That looks good. So now you can't control it, but the idea is like, the move is the move is worlding. The world is moving. You are not moving, because that's what you do in Infinite Runner. It does look a lot bigger than I thought it would, to be fair. No, that is technically, it's smaller than one of the blocks, for sure, and the hitbox is definitely smaller. So, yeah, that's fine. It's enough to make you feel like you're going to hit stuff, but you won't hit stuff, even if you're very close. You're going to have some overlap. The other thing, obviously, is that we are currently below the rocks, and I'm gonna put our z-index just up by 1. Not always the best thing to do, but in this case I know that I want my player on the highest level. So now he's gonna be above all those. Yeah, but not the collision shapes, because, yeah. Actually, I can turn that off. And so yeah, they're not gonna stay black. They need to be, I need to make some web textures for that, because otherwise it doesn't fit the theme. And then he also probably needs to be an ant. The other thing is that there's supposed to be a spider chasing you, so if you don't go fast enough at some point, the spider comes after you. Yeah. I think we'll do it, we can either do it that way or just a score system where you get more score depending on how fast you're going, and also your depth. So obviously the deeper you go, the higher your score, but also on average how fast you went affects your depth. And then there'll be like some good juice and stuff to make that happen. So the other thing I want to do here with the player is add a camera. I'm talking way too much because I need to get stuff done. 2 people here. What are you guys doing? Yeah? Okay. So it's automatically the size of the screen, which is clearly much too big. What's that? Draws the camera's limits a rectangle. Okay. Drag margin. Actually, we'll leave that where it is. Smoothing, definitely want the smoothing on. Offset. Nope. Limit. I actually don't understand the limit. Let me go. I think they changed the camera since the last time I used it, because the last time I used it was like 3.4. You can obtain the current viewport. Change the transform of the canvas by setting that. Camera's no position doesn't represent the actual position of the screen. Okay. Left scroll limit in pixels. The camera stops moving when reaching this value. Okay, so that's actually going to be really handy because we do actually want to limit in this one. But, oh, zoom. I guess I'm going to have to do zoom. Yeah, I don't want to do transform, right? No. So current, for sure. Rotating, nope. Mode, drag center. Offset, none. Zoom. Process mode. Drag margin. Yeah. So we'll do like 1.2. Oh, it's okay. So it's not actually zooming. It's like 0.7 by 0.7. Scroll limit in pixels. So the left scroll limit should be what, 0? And the right scroll limit. Okay, that worked. Should be 1920. Oh, 1080. Okay. All right, now let's see. Beautiful. That's working exactly like I thought. And then, yeah, we might obviously have to mess with that zoom and stuff. And then I'm going to add screen shake at some points, but it's working. Now let's go ahead and move the character. So I'm going to do that in world. In world, I'm already calculating. So I have this movement function, and this calculates your downward acceleration. And I need to mess with this a little bit because it is relatively smooth, but I think I want it to be, I don't know, maybe more of like a tweened arc or something like that. I might use lerp to get a more of a arc, because right now it's quite linear in the way that we speed up, and it'd be cool if you like kind of sped up pretty quick and then you slowed out and tapered. So that would be a tween, but I don't think you can use tweens in physics process. Maybe you can, but like, yeah, I don't think you can. Anyway, so I'll probably have to look up the tween function and then do it by hand, which is not great. But anyway, very far off. Right now I just want to get the very basics working. Although movement, I think, is probably the most important thing. Lots of people say this, GMTK said it. If it feels good to move the character, you can do something stupid and you'll have fun. But if it feels awful, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is, it doesn't matter how good the gameplay idea is, it's gonna be bad. So I think I will get this working, get a gameplay loop working, and then this will be the first thing I refine, and then we'll add the other stuff. So we've got velocity, and I've got my variable velocity. Now, I'm gonna have to make another variable called player vel, and then this is also gonna equal, well, you know what? I'm gonna rename some stuff. So this is actually going to be a float, and this is going to be 0.0, and then this is going to be, we're going to change everywhere it says, oh, except we can't change the signal, but everywhere else, we're going to change the velocity to say, let's see, world velocity. I already did it. All right, whatever. We'll do that on the received. So I'll just go back and then let's see if that broke anything. Yes, it did. Okay. Question is why? So movement, emit signal, world velocity, connect. Ah, that's why. Okay, cool. Now nothing's broken, so that's very good. I'm going to change this to velocity, and then we'll change this to a 0, 0 here. I guess there's no reason to do that, but we are basically, every time I make this velocity, because we're only going up and down, it really doesn't need to be a vector 2, but then, you know, it does make things easier to have it be a vector 2. Oh, fuck. I'm glad you're that person, because son of a bitch. Okay. Oh, God. Good, done. That is a very common screw up for me. Play it all, and then I'm gonna have to, uh-oh, where else did that replace? Place, okay, cool, I don't care about that. But now we need to go to room. Very good, very good. Okay. One more time. Okay. Uh-oh, a little bit of lag here. Don't know why. I'm hoping that's just because I've got like 12 things up on my computer. It's actually just really quick to see how we're doing here. Well, it's not updating anything. Okay, so it's not even using my external GPU, so that's cool. And it's barely pushing the GPU. CPU, it says I'm only using 5%. A little confused by that. This is of my CPU usage. This is of the total CPU usage. Okay. Memory, how are we doing on memory? We're only using 20 gigs. It's crazy, because that would absolutely poop out my laptop. But on this thing, it's like, maybe a little bit of lag. Okay, so now. Yeah, now we actually want to make the player velocity. So I'll go down to movement. Then I'll make the player velocity. How am I going to do this? So he's only going to be able to go 2 ways. So I'll say var dir equals input. This should be a float, I believe. Input dot get action strength. Oh, they have an accelerometer just built in? I might put that in this game at some point. Oh, son of a bitch shit. We'll just do that. I think we do right minus left. I always forget this. UI right is +1, left is -1. So it doesn't make sense. Right? It should be left. Okay, and then if we just print dir, we can see. So hit left, -1 to the right. It's not what I want though. Am I crazy? Oh, because we're getting, never mind, I'm dumb. This is get action strength. We're not getting the vector coordinates. So yeah, now I hit left, -1, right, +1. Cool. Now we need to move in said direction. So we're going to say player val. Oh, we also need to define our acceleration here. So I was looking at the other day some people doing wingsuit flying, you know what I mean? And I kind of wanted to emulate that. Because, like, do you really... I'm like, oh yeah, at first you want smooth movement, and for the downward acceleration, for sure. But for the sideways movement, I feel like, for one thing, you want it to be pretty responsive. But I think you're going to have to correct is going to be the deal. We'll see. We'll see what feels good. But so first I'll get the very basics here, which is, well, I guess let's just go define. For right now, I'll use what the acceleration I have. So say player val plus equals dir times acceleration times delta. Okay, and then this will get us this will get us our x value, and then we can just, I'll make a new signal. So do signal player velocity val. Fuck. Okay, cool. Player velocity. Player velocity. Okay, cool. There's that. I don't think that broke anything. Here we go with this. And then we want to emit signal player velocity, and then almost forgot, we need to make sure that we can't accelerate to infinity. So we'll set, say clamp. Actually, I think it's, yeah, for regular things, it's still clamp. So we can prevent it from getting too high or too low. Clamp, player velocity. Right now there's no deceleration either. So here, do all that. We'll say if dir. So if we're pressing anything, we do that. And then else. And then this will be deceleration. Okay. And then here what I'll do is clamp our player velocity. Well, we actually have to do this, I forgot. We have to capture the value. Clamp player velocity between a minimum of 0, because we don't want them to go back up. Actually, that is not true. Negative max val, and then max val. I'm gonna have to change these parameters for sure. So I think we can do player velocity equals move toward, and then we can go ahead. So we want to move our player velocity towards 0 by some amount. So obviously the obvious choice for right now is acceleration times delta, but this is very linear. And what I would like to do is somehow find a way to make a more kind of juicy acceleration. I don't think I can use tweens for that. But now now we're connected the signal in world. So we'll go world here, signal, player velocity, and then we'll connect that on world player velocity. There we go. And then we'll say global position plus, what is happening? Plus equals vector 2, actually no, we can just do this. Global position dot x plus equals val. And then we'll have to define some behavior to make sure we can't. Oh, actually, that's easy because we'll put that here. If you hit the sides, you die. So I don't need to make sure we can't go outside the sides. And now, whoa, that is not snappy. Oh, Jesus. But the camera is working as I would have hoped it would. Right, so that's good. I kind of feel like oh Jesus, you like really can't stop yourself. I think I'm gonna zoom out a little bit because it doesn't feel like you have as much control as I would like. Set this to, let's do 0.85. So there's only a little bit of movement. And then I think I might want the drag margin to be a little tighter. Yeah, let's make these 0.1 and 0.1. Oopsies. 0.1. Doesn't matter to do the other ones, but I did them anyway. Yeah, I think that's better. Kind of makes it feels a little more like how I kind of imagined it. Also, you know, I don't want you to feel like you can't see the other side completely. I just want it to be a little bit outside of your view. So that way you have to make some decisions. You know, some people might not like that. Some people might just want it. What? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just too much. I mean, it is fun how hard that is, but I don't know if a lot of people I have met whenever I do game jams always complain that my movement systems are too hard. But I like that. I like the challenge, but I also want to make games that people want to play. But I mean, already I think this is kind of fun, and we haven't even set up a basic game loop yet, so. But yeah, I want to be able to traverse those for sure. So let's see. I just want to search Godot using tween in physics. What's this? I think this guy's gonna do a point and click. I watch all videos on 2x speed, And it's just so funny because when you look at, I think a lot of people do, especially people in my age range, which are my viewership. And it's just so funny because, wow, this guy's at 16%. When I look at like the watch time, they're all hovering around like 50%. And then you can see that like a lot of people did watch the whole thing, but watch time is 50% because people are watching on 2 times speed. So I think it's cool. Okay, yeah, so I get it. I know how you're tweening. But he's not calling this in a physics process, so it's useless. I don't think you can. I don't think the way to tween a mesh between physics steps, that's what I'm talking about. I just want to see if... I'm moving perfect, as you should, but a problem becomes pretty easy to notice if you lower the amount of physics steps per second. Stuttering, this is usually a problem if you keep the amount of steps on 60. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up. Ooh, what do we got? This guy. I don't know if you've seen this guy's game. I gotta get back on track. But this thing is fucking so cool. This guy's, I don't even know what it is. It just looks beautiful, and I love all the stuff he's doing with it. This kind of stuff I love, like making random plots and making stuff look believable. I think it's very cool. Anyway, so negative 16 hours? Hell yeah. Okay. 3 days, 7 hours, 40 minutes. So 7 hours, 40 minutes, I guess, is tonight. And so I want to do that by tonight at like 11, maybe midnight, is when I want to get my submission in. And if I can't get it in, you know, I'm still glad that I was able to get this to slightly work. Okay, so I don't know if I should be writing, like I want to write the movement code entirely myself. What if we just do that? That's nice. That feels like a lot like how I kind of expected it to feel. Obviously I'm hitting everything, but so the deceleration is pretty slow. But you can really move if you want across the screen. I think I need to make that drag margin tighter on the camera. Jesus, how small can I go, though? Actually, I think I'm gonna... My plan was to let the deceleration be considerably slower, but I think I'm just going to keep it the same. What is my acceleration? 25. So I'm gonna make a new, just constant. Const player XL equals 75, I guess. And then here we'll just do player Excel. Player Excel. That's nice. It feels smooth, but it's still pretty snappy. Like if I tap, I want to be able to nudge myself with a tap for sure. Okay. 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 I mean, I'm enjoying it. Oh, yeah. So I think what I want for the downward acceleration, I actually think the player sideways movement is pretty solid there. I actually don't really think I need to mess with it too much. What I do want is for the downward velocity, when you stop, I want the stop to be very, very quick, right? If you're free falling like this and you go like this, it's like, it really like pulls you up, right? So I want that to be a feeling. So here is our deceleration. So let's try that, okay? So it takes a lot to get going, but then you can stop on a dime. Yeah, because that allows you to almost make mistakes, but then almost, but I mean, that's pretty good. I definitely want to give some kind of benefit for staying in the speed longer, because otherwise, I mean, you could potentially just keep going for a long, long time. Like going like that and then being smart. But I want people to like not want to stop speeding. I'm gonna make it fun for sure. I want it to feel very cool. I'm actually going to look this up. So there is one of the best sources to learn on top of Heartbeast and this guy is Kids Can Code. Kids Can Code heat seeking cells. And he has some really interesting code here for them, which makes their curve really interesting. But I'm going to do the same thing and just apply that to my acceleration. So he's doing velocity plus equals acceleration times delta, velocity equals velocity dot clamp speed, rotation, velocity equals position plus equals velocity times delta. I don't think you're supposed to multiply times delta twice. Oh, there's the starting script. Okay, that's not what we want though. We want this guy. So this is the weird thing he did. He applied like, you can see what he's trying to tell you here, is that like, you want to go here, and then, so you have something that is an intermediary between those two, and it might limit you to go there, so then you can only go bum, 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 and so it slows down your control of the physics frame. Hey man, sorry, your name's in Russian, but what's going on? Thanks, yeah, it was cool. I mean, I think one thing I didn't kind of make clear on that video was that, I mean, anyone who's watching that video knows, right? But you can't, I don't really understand how you deal with holding some of the client secrets on the device safely. And I know there's like a whole world to that I'm just not aware of. So yeah, but that's important. Maybe I'll figure that out and do that at some point. Okay, so global transform, rotation is a rand range that, velocity, transform times speed. Okay, so start, seek, physics process, acceleration plus equals seek. So we make this intermediary term, and then we put velocity plus equals acceleration. So all he's doing is making this, we're changing the acceleration by some value. And this is desired. So I think I don't need to do anything this complicated. All I need to do is make a second term that we increment our acceleration by. But the thing that he does here is because he uses velocity in this calculation, it's naturally limiting. Oh, and he's just getting a normalized vector and multiplying it times the constant. Okay. So this actually isn't that helpful, except for this, which I already knew. He has a separate acceleration term. Actually, I mean, I guess I might as well keep that up. I was gonna open up my Discord, because someone just joined. Oh, did it? Okay, good. It signs me out of Discord like every other day. It's starting to really irritate me. Hey, Glasha Cat. Bump. Yeah, no one posts in here. I mean, I'm not somebody who's just gonna post a bunch, but if you come in here and you ask for help, man, I come in here at least 3 times a week and check. What the heck? I just want a normal freaking emoji, dude. Okay. Chit chat. Okay. So he's got a steer force of 50, and he applies that to a normalized vector. I never actually fully understood this, so I'm actually going to give it a shot. So we get a target. So if we have a target, the target position minus our position, and normalize that vector. So us, target, normalize, so it points to that, and we multiply that times speed, which is another constant. And then we get steer, which is our desired, which we just calculated. And then we get the distance between, so that's what he's talking about up here. Here's our steering, here's our desired, and we're going like here instead of there. Okay. So I'm gonna make this not a constant. So I'm gonna make this var, player Excel. Player Excel. Cool, okay. Just, for some reason it felt like it was gonna break something. Oh no, we don't need it there. Oh, also, I am a dum-dum, because player acceleration can be a constant. This is the one that needs to be a variable.
Hey little lady, what's going on, pretty? Beanie, in or out? I got 2 cool girls here, everybody.
Okay. So, I am going to bring this acceleration, so I know it's not a acceleration. So I know it's not a constant. Like that. We'll do acceleration equals lerp from variant to variant by. So we want 2 from acceleration to see, I'm gonna have to flood with if statements, which I don't want to do if I do a lerp. So I gotta figure out how to do it intelligently. We'll do var temp underscore cell equals. Okay, well now I should stop renaming stuff until after we got it done. But we'll make this a constant again. Okay, and then we'll come here. So temp excel, this will be temp excel equals acceleration so we need to make temp excel and increment it. But that's not what he's doing, but he's using vectors, and he's normalizing the vectors, which I don't know how to do with ints. Unless we subtract, and then I guess we could divide by the maximum acceleration. Or we could do this. So sign tween function. Oh, they don't have the. This is when I go to source for all this stuff to see the tweens, but I don't know if any of these guys have. Yeah, so we definitely want to ease out. No way. Is it really that easy? Don't mind if I do a yoink. So for right now, I'm going to comment this out. Just hit acceleration. Oops. Just to make sure this returns a float. 1 minus x. Ugh. So we're cubing it. Okay, that's all it is. So subtracting 1 minus the cubed power. Variable x represents the absolute progress of the animation. Okay, yeah, so that's our, it's not called k, right, in a learning interpolation? From to, I forget what the weight's called. We actually might be able to do... Well, no, we still have to make var temp excel. Var temp excel equals 0.0. Then temp excel, let's just try doing a lerp. We do from temp excel to acceleration, and then the weight will be one minus our current distance from our max velocity. Or we could just do world velocity dot y divided by max underscore vel. So the problem is I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. But here's what I'm doing in theory, all right? So a lerp, right, we go between this value, which is our current value, and our final value, which is the acceleration. And we go to that value by this, which is the degree to which we are close to the end. So initially, the problem with this is I think this is the opposite of what we want. We want 1 minus that. Yeah, that's why I had that. Because essentially what will happen is that at a normal value, this is going to be at when we're at like the lowest velocity possible. We're going to be at a very small number. We are going to be at 5. So it'll be 5 over 15, so we'll be at 0.3. So then our temporary acceleration will be 0.3 of our full acceleration. But then we'll speed up, and then it'll increase exponentially. So let's see here. Wait, why is temp acceleration just 25? It should not just be 25. Oh, because then nothing is putting it back. 1 to 33, Jesus Christ. and else we'll say temp excel equals move toward temp excel 0.0 by this is essentially doing the same thing as the ease out cubic. Well, I mean, this is dumb. I should put this here. Maybe we could just do that, actually. Or not. One minus one. We alert that to that by this. Here's why that doesn't work. Whoopsie daisies. Oh, and that is why. Why would our world velocity... Oh, wait. So world velocity... is clamped to our max velocity. Print world velocity max vel. Why the fuck did I just go up? Oh. Okay. That's linear. I don't understand. Okay, well, I'm gonna, for right now, pause that. Print that. Let's just put this back to acceleration. Yeah, and this goes to 1.
Turn X less than.
Return X less than 0.5. Don't know what the question mark. What is this? This is CSS. Well, here, I should be able to figure out that function. Turn X less than 0.5. I think that's all we're doing. And if I look at the ease in cubic and then the ease in out cubic, I think it's basically just an if statement. Yeah, it's literally it. Okay, so I want to make this in out cubic. We're going to say if X is less than 0.5, then we'll return 0.0 else. Why is it this? Certainly interesting that that's what that is. The first part is very simple. We just return how x3 and mine, I know, is going to shit on me if I don't do these things. Okay. So there's a few ways to do this. We could have that when I do this, we start counting frames, and that starts telling us how fast to go. I'm gonna do that. That's very easy. So we'll go, we don't even need this. We can just make that a variable. Okay, so this is going to be, so var frame equals 0 point, or equals 0. for our end frame equals, we'll do 20. So it takes 20 frames, we'll say, to get to full acceleration. And then when we do this, we'll say frame plus equals 1. Ease in out. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Ease in out cubic frame divided by end frame. Else frame minus equals 1. If frame greater than 0. So if frame is greater than 0, we're going to keep bringing it down totally to 0. And then here we say if frame is less than end frame, then we increase the frame. Obviously much too slow. Oh, and because we need to do this, that's essentially our acceleration. And this is going to essentially be a percentage of the acceleration. And that percentage of the acceleration is going to itself change on a cubic scale, theoretically, depending on how close we are. So every frame, this is going to change that. Maybe I'm an idiot though, because we're increasing it. Okay, so we look at this curve, and I change linearly. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. The difference between changes between this second and this second should increase exponentially. So right here, I'm going to print x. Oh my god, I knew it. I knew something was happening. And I think it's because I turned off, yeah, I turned off the warning for when you divide by an integer and it gets rid of it. I wanted to be fast, but that it does seem very abrupt to me. Also still not on hard mode yet, so I was like, I think it's too easy, but my brain. I don't think our max velocity is quite fast enough either. She had the 17. So it takes 20 frames now, so that's a third of a second. Make that 30. So now it's taking half of a second. It is still kind of doing like the opposite of what I want. Like it doesn't seem like it's really... You know what? I think part of the issue is essentially that we're also accelerating by this amount, and our world velocity does not simply equal. We should just say equals max val times that. Vector 2 dot up times that. Where? Where are you talking about, dude? Right there? Yep, yeah, you were right. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think the other thing I want to do is just say frame equals 0 here, but also I don't understand why that's not working. Oh wait, this is 4 times that. So that's weird. 4 times 4 times x cubed. Okay. That's still not gonna make the difference, but what is this printing here? I'm printing 2 things, huh? Yeah. Oh, because... Right? Is that it? No, that's not it. I don't get it, though. Because... Is there multiplying by delta? Yes, that is why. Now we're going up, but that's okay. Because that is because I did that. Oh. This needs to be outside of that. But I don't think that's the problem. Oh, you know why? Is because it starts out putting this at 0. That's why. So, essentially, there's a minimum velocity of 5, where you can see that these guys are moving regardless. So when we hit down, it first starts at 0, so it stops it, and then we come in. Which is not what I want. I want it to start from 5. So what I need to do is minus minvel. Boom. Boom. And then here I just need to do plus minvel. I think. Am I a genius or am I a genius? I mean, I'm not a genius, but pretty proud of that. So what I actually think needs to happen with the player velocity is that I might need to decrease the max velocity and increase the acceleration even more. So I want this to be nearly instantaneous. Yeah, that would hit. Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm dumb. Okay, so I think that's working for the most part. The only thing I think I want to change is again this. I think it's happening a little too fast. 45 seconds. I also think that I do stop a little too fast. That's definitely too slow. So, there's a little ×2 there. That's nice, quick, responsive, but it also doesn't like almost cheat the fact that like you can basically stop dead on the dot, which you shouldn't be able to, you know? They should just be relatively quick. Okay. I'm realizing more and more now that if there's not power-ups, some kind of coins, a score system, and enemies, that this is not going to be the most fun game because it'll be too easy and you'll win too quickly. And it's now 4:11 p.m. Fuck. But I do think that's good enough for the movement. I'm definitely happy with that. So the idea will be when you are all the way into this zone, you're going to be a fireball and you can kill enemies and stuff like that. But when you're not, well, thanks, man. So yeah, so you can kill enemies when you're in that mode. But when you're in this mode and you're like kind of floating, they can kill you. So you got to be careful for that. I think we're still in medium mode. This isn't even hard mode technically. And then yeah. So we definitely gotta get a score going. Oh my god, we're gonna have that velocity thing, we're gonna have to move. They're gonna have their own independent velocity, and then they're also gonna have this velocity. Hopefully that's not that hard to implement, because we'll just give whatever their velocity is, we'll just add the world velocity on. You know what? No, I'm gonna make them stagnant enemies. They're gonna sit there and they might shoot something at you. There'll be a bunch of little spiders, and then there'll be a big spider chasing you if you go too slow. Which should begin to happen more and more. Actually, you know what I just realized? Is that we can set this to be 0.4. That might actually get me closer to what I wanted. Why is it tripping like that sometimes? Yeah, I'll just set it to 0.5. Oh yeah, I wanna make the coins in places where well, I mean, like, there might be, you know, they might be on the more difficult path. Like on this one, they'd be on the left side rather than the right side. And then I also want to make them worth more if you're going fast when you hit them. So then, you know, more risk reward there. And enemies will be worth points if you can kill them. But obviously the risk reward there is, you know, you might not kill them. Okay. So, lot to do. But I think I'm gonna get a basic gameplay loop working real quick before I what made me decide was that they fixed, sorry, my pug's want to get out. I fixed the procedural generation by well, I didn't really make it procedural. I did a partial procedural. I've already explained this a few times, but I'm so happy about my decision. So essentially, I make these levels. The black will always be filled in, and then wherever you see color is going to be filled in by the random noise there. And that also depends on the difficulty. So in easy mode, it might randomly fill in all this yellow, and then hard, red, orange, or orange is medium, and you know, so on and so forth. And we also I can flip the tiles like that. And yeah, I think I can also flip them vertically, and I think that would add a lot more stuff to the game. Let's go to room. I think I did that and then I turned it off for some reason. So now they can flip vertically and horizontally, and potentially both. So you might have it mirrored along the y-axis. No, the z-axis. So that'd be cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, I thought about this right in the beginning, but I thought it would be easier to not do this. I literally coded this last night. So yeah, I'm giving myself till the end of tonight to see. One of these guys, however, I forget which one, was giving me a little bit of issues. Oh, there's an error. That should not be there. Because yeah, I found that if you leave only one space, that's really hard to get through. You know what? I'm gonna leave that because now I'm thinking that might be quite possible if you get good. That's only in very hard, and it's also not guaranteed to be filled because of the noise. Yeah. So the gist of this game is called Small Fall. And you're an ant diving through, and these are all the black here is going to be web, right? And so you're falling through a spider web, and he's going to be chasing you. But we'll see if I can actually make the spider chasing you, or we just make it a pure score game. The depth, I'm going to make a score here, so you get score, and then that's going to depend on the depth, and then some other things in the game. When you go faster, you become like a fireball. I'm gonna make it, and then you can, if you hit coins while you're going fast, you get they're worth like double. And then also if you that was weird. If you hit monsters while you're going that fast, you'll kill the monster. But yeah, it's basically an endless faller. Okay, yeah, but I did actually want to quickly go through all these guys. I had to label them just to make some kind of interesting label. It was one of these ones. I think it was this one. When I did it coming from this way, this was empty, and then this had this filled up, but then left this not empty. So then I went down there, and I felt like that was a little cheap. I think that's fine. I don't know which one it was. Choices. It was not that one. that'll work. I'm gonna try and make the art for the game. It's gonna be my kind of vector art style because, I mean, I guess it's not technically easier. I probably won't do the lighting. I'll just make a very simple vector art type of thing. Yeah, we'll see. I got to finish it by tonight though. So I got something for school. Okay, so current choice is Pinko. I don't think it was Pinko. That could be like that. I don't know why it's not. I think it might have been that. Oh, who knows, man. Yeah. I think I thought that would be a cooler idea than it actually was. Let's say that. If you leave the holes like that, they don't fill oftentimes the way that you might expect. 3 turns. Convergence has been doing real well. Doing 3 turns. I'm almost positive it was this one. I think it was this. This looked like I could go through and it wasn't. That's fair. All right. Well, I guess I'll, yeah. So what I want to start doing, well, here, we're going to make the gameplay loop, and then I'm going to work on coins. Yeah, and then we'll see how fun it is with just coins, and I might add enemies. But still a lot left to do. Yeah, it's like, here, I'll show you actually something I'm working on for a video. I don't know why these files are so small. Is I'm taking AI art like this and then turning it into character. I thought this guy would be a freaking sweet character. So I got that for a few guys, and so here's one where I took this guy who looked like that, and I made him into that. And so like this is the kind of my vector art style. I think it looks pretty cute. I want it to look like quasi hand drawn, and I've got a very colorful kind of neon palette. I don't know how great we'll make the art, and again, I'm probably not going to have time to do like shading or stuff like that, but that's fine. Okay. So let's actually start a little to-do list. So what do I need to do? Reply. I do want to see something, because oh yeah, this is totally solo. You can do, I think you can do it non-solo, but I don't know. Oh yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I think it like one. I don't think is good enough to use directly, but I do think it's cool. I really like having like some kind of inspiration, and like rather than sometimes I like drawing from the hip, but when you're on a deadline, it's really nice to just type what you want in and then get some kind of inspiration. You're like, oh, I see this, yeah. I wanted to see if this app I made, if I had an export. I don't. I'm gonna try and export it really quick because I want it. There you go. I'm also going to, real quick, sort by kind. That's driving me nuts. Okay, and then project, export. That's fine. Network? Man, I really like pixel art, but there's something about it that's actually a little more difficult, I think, at least for me. And I think I've said this before. There's like a cool quote by this guy who says, I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one. Whereas like, it's a lot easier to express what you want to say with a lot of words, or, you know, all these different colors and stuff like that. But it's a lot more difficult than I think people realize to say things with a very small palette. And so oftentimes I'm like, well, I really want to put the shading here, but I have 64 pixels to do it. And yeah. Thanks, man. I don't know what concision. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. I thought you were saying like the music was from someone named Concision, but yes, yeah, trying to be concise is more difficult than just spewing. That's the other thing I've been using ChatGPT for, is every time I want to like write something, I just do stream of consciousness into ChatGPT and say, make this nice, and then it makes it nice, and then I don't have to use any kind of skill. And now I kind of like writing. And then you edit it, obviously, but. So what I wanted to do, let's see if I can do, I'm gonna add a display here. Yeah, I'll bring this over so everyone can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna add screen capture, and this is gonna be live stream games. Oh, you just joined the Discord. Make source visible, all music, and then we're gonna do window capture. And then we want to do properties for live stream games. Is that it? Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think because it's the debugging, it's be a little less efficient, but hopefully that's okay. Show full screen in hidden Windows applications. Okay. Cool. How laggy is this? It's a little laggy, but that's okay. Well, I'll deal with that. Okay, there we go. Is shift not doing anything? That sucks. Oh, but you just don't hold shift. That's the secret. Okay, cool. Anyway, so if I do this, see if this works. No freaking way. There we go. Now all the chat should start rolling in from down here in a second. Yep. Very cool. Okay, anyway, the reason I want to do that was so that I can use it to make like a to-do list of sorts. Yeah, well, it's not necessarily, it's because I made the app in Godot. So this thing where you see, like, right here, it says stream time, all that stuff, I made all that in Godot. Oh yeah, so it's a live scrape, it's not, I'm using Godot to web scrape YouTube and then take those things off the chat. But yeah, so like essentially, this is all Godot that you see right here. And then this is the actual stream time, which is cool. Yeah, and you can level up and stuff. Eventually I want to make it so you can actually play games on here. So like people will join in, and then you can be like, you know, #/ and then you type like attack #1 or something. And there'll be like, you know, maybe a side scroller, or not side scroller, I don't know, like simple chess type games, or maybe, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I thought it would be pretty cool. And then I'm like, I might just be able to, like, if I need to go get something to eat, I can leave it on there. Maybe have it going on at the bottom of the screen for people. But and then I want people to be able to, it'll save your level, and then you'll be able to customize how you appear on there. On like itch.io, I'll host it. Lots of big things, but I know how to do them all. It just takes time. Anyway, all right, I need to get back to this. So we've got this game right here. The next thing that I would like to do is, we got movement down, gameplay loop. So I guess we need to die and end the scene. So let's see. Die and end scene. Okay. Yes, coins, good idea. But that's I want to make a complete gameplay loop, and then coins will be the very first thing I do once I get a complete gameplay loop. And then so I guess we'll need to make a simple title scene. And then coins. Oh, and then score. Okay. Ooh, sugar coins. Oh my god, we can find the best dating site? Alright, hold on. It's not... I'm gonna have to actually go in here and do it. Maybe he'll leave. So I popped out the window, which I've never done before, for the chat and stuff. So it's a little more succinct, which is nice. But, wow, you know what I just realized is cool? Is that, well, here, I can actually show you. So when I do, the one drawback of this app is that you actually have to have a window open. And so this is like the raw window for this live stream chat. So this is what I'm web scraping right now with Python. And oh, Honest, what's going on, man? And so, oh, that's how I was always wondering how that would appear. So yeah, but I can actually use this to look at the chat, and it's probably going to be just as good, if not better, than the pull-out chat. So now it's not, I've turned a bug into a feature, as they say. Okay, so anyway, so here's what we're doing, and then the other cool thing about this is that it makes the chapters for me, the YouTube chapters, if I start it now. So die and end scene, title scene, score. I think we'll do... I'll do die and end scene first. So now it's active, and then look, it starts tracking the time. Pretty cool. And now it's away. So hopefully it's not too much in the way. So yeah, give me some feedback if it's too much and you can't really see what I'm doing. But I think it's actually not too destructive. Maybe I'll put it on this side because that's probably less important. Or maybe down here, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it down there. Anyway, not now. Today we do this. So we are making ourselves die. So I'm gonna go into the player script and just print body. Okay, yeah. So it's finding that it's a tile map. So we know that that is the wall. I feel like I should be using the, so we can do body dot collision layer. Oh, we're not gonna be able to get the collision layer. Let's do area 2D. I think when it returns body, yeah, it's just a node. Physical 2D or tile map enters this area requires monitoring to be set to true. Tile maps are detected if the tile set has collision shapes. So, the problem is I don't know, so we're gonna grab this node, or this node, and then we have to somehow get the, yeah, so I should just be able to say collision layer. Body dot collision layer. No, that's not right though. I want to say print. Make sure that's working. Nice. Okay, so then that's how I'll know what this is. Although I could probably say like is tile map, because that's the only wall we'll be hitting. So it doesn't really matter. Say if we can actually do a match, which I like doing. Match by collision layer, and then let's just say 2, and for right now I'll say pass. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Beanie. Are you okay, baby? Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no. It's getting close to their little dinner time. I did, and now I made a new way. Oh, here's Beanie, by the way, everyone. Okay, let's get a little pug ASMR. Crazy lady. Okay, so I did abandon this project, but I got the room editor, or I'm sorry, I got the procedural generation working by making these, which I'll roughly explain, which is where the black tiles that I place is, so this is a level editor, and the black tiles I place will always be placed there in any level, but the colorful tiles will only be placed based upon the Perlin noise and the difficulty level. So they're gonna be, I'll fill all this in with Perlin noise, yellow if it's easy mode, orange if it's medium, red if it's hard. And yeah. Man, I've been like, looking at Godot 4, I'm like, I don't know, it would be a good time to jump ship if I was going to jump ship, because so much is changing. But, yeah. Okay, so, when we enter the body, what do we do when we hit this? We want to die, so I'll make a function called die. Func, die, void, pass. And this should also be void. Void. And then here, we're gonna queue free. And then I'm gonna make a flag var. Well, actually, I don't think we need, I used to make flags, but I think you can say, if is instance valid. Has not been deleted from memory. I think that's still gonna be a problem. But we'll try it. But the problem is whenever you do too few arguments. Oh. It's weird. Like if you do is inside tree. That's weird though, because you'd think they'd call them in the same way, but whatever. Oh, sorry, Bean Bean. Oh yeah, for I think for all 2D games, I do think Godot is the best engine for 2D. The only thing is I don't really know about the lighting and stuff. You want to get into cool lighting effects, but Godot 4 should have that covered. But then again, it's Unreal's. I don't know. I can't say enough about Unreal, especially the 2D part. I mean, obviously it's like renowned for how good the 3D is now. But I don't mess with 3D, bro. I want to one day, maybe. When I was a kid, that's all I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to make a Call of Duty game. But now I just, you know. Okay. So we die. That's it. And then typically what I'll do is in die. So let's make a signal. Signal died. And then right here we'll emit signal died. Right. And then on world, I don't even have to do this programmatically. We will do player died. Okay, on player died, and then here's what we'll end the scene. And there you go. There's a gameplay loop. We just need to calculate the score. So that's actually, I think that's. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. I was originally, what you can do with the tile map is kind of cool, is just spawn all the tiles. Like you can make a scene that's the exact same size as one of the tiles on the tile map, and then you can iterate over all the tiles, get the coordinates, and then spawn the thing there, and then you delete the tile map. And then each thing has you can program a bunch of behavior into each thing. And it's surprisingly pretty performant. I did some stuff with 3D, some 3D art and stuff, but it was and it looked okay. But the other thing I was like, I feel like there's a lot about like polygons and how that affects your game and the frame rate and stuff that I just don't understand. I mean, I assume that more polygons is slow, but that's about it. You know, I don't know much more than that. I think I want to do a little refactor real quick. So obviously we'll have ready, then create room on last room. So this we'll do rooms. This is how I organize my code typically. So we'll do rooms. And then it's gonna get a little muddied up with physics process here. So I'll make one called, well, we'll do physics process above here. We'll just call this movement. And then we'll come down to, I'll make this one, and this will be HUD. And then I'll make one more here. Call this internals. Yeah. Hey man, I can't play an instrument. Well, I can kind of play the ukulele, but I'm not good like that. And then I feel like my brain is sometimes really good at math and stuff like that, and sometimes I look at stuff and I think I need help. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, man. Just the whole point, and one of the awesome things about game dev is that you work together with people, and very few people do everything. I, for the life of me, cannot create music. I tried so much. I know in my head what I want. Can't do it. I just can't get it. And it's like, yeah, so you find somebody, you can do almost everything. You pair with some guy who does the code, and there you go. You have a sweet two-man team to make games with. I just happen to love doing art. So I like coding and I really like art, even though my art is not super duper fantastic. It's pretty good. I've always been someone who's kind of good at art. So there's rooms, movement, we'll do physics process, and obviously movement. Close that movement right there. Actually, I will put physics process right here. Yeah, I got this. This is all off the YouTube music library. I searched for several hours pretty high one night and found all of it. And it's pretty crunchy tunes, bro. Oh, thanks. Hey man, you want to make some music for this game? No, there's no way. It would be really rough. But I was thinking, I don't know if no one else was thinking, but I thought it'd be cool to have like almost boss music, kind of like System of a Down, guitar playing as he's like falling and stuff. But now I can't even remember the tune. I had it in my head. I don't know, I think it was a Raging. It's crazy how much bigger the script looked 10 seconds ago, and now I know where everything is. Okay, anyway, cool. So now this is very well organized, actually. Okay, and then I should have ended this a long time ago. Yeah, completed die and end scene. We technically haven't ended the scene yet because we need to make a title scene first. And this is what I've been doing for the last few months of my life, is making GUIs in Godot. So, you can play guitar? I thought you meant like go on some kind of music software and fake guitar. Yeah, dying complete. Okay, so I need to do a little bit of art for this, I guess. Actually, no, I don't. Well, I'm going to want to because I want to have a parallax background. I mean, this is just like the kind of thing that asks for a parallax background, doesn't it? Just behind there, like 3 or 4 layers. Looks sweet. Was that? Oh, never mind. It was so close to this, I thought it was like running off the screen for some reason. Wait. Oh, he's spawning into the blocks and dying. Oh god. Ah, and therein lies another problem. Is that by queuing free, we destroy the camera, which we don't want to do. So then I am actually going to make a flag called died in that case. Dead. If dead, or if not dead, dead equals true. Emit signal died. And then we're not going to queue free because we don't want to be deleted, but we do want to handle a few things. For instance, in this case, we want to say if not dead, so that way we don't keep getting to move. I think having that flag is actually going to be a lot because like any of the other issues I have. And then we'll connect the signal died. Oh yeah, that is one thing I do want to do on world is arm player died. I want the movement to fizzle out. So yeah, player died. It's going to be equal to false. So else this, and then we'll say if not player died, I want that to be dead. You know something else embarrassing about me? It's difficult for me to type without looking at the keyboard. Even though I'm not looking at the letters, I just zone out and stare down rather than look up. I don't know why. Bum, bum. Uh-oh, but then that's gonna fuck that up. Wait, actually, we can do this, and then we can click match case. There we go. That works. Okay, so if not player dead, and then here we want to say else. We want to, we just do this. .0. Why did that not work? Because we didn't set player dead true. Oh, we're still queuing free, that's why that's happening. So we actually don't need to queue the player free. Oh, okay. Well, poses a few problems because we can still control. You know what I'll do is I will move this. Sorry, I haven't like responded to chat in a little bit. All right. We'll say if player dead, and then we'll say elif. So if this is true, it's gonna take over everything. Else we just do everything normally. And this I'm gonna make a little note here. So we're gonna say rooms world velocity. Actually, I don't need that. So world velocity, and then here is going to be player velocity. Nice. Okay. If you think of the hardest things to animate, a spider would be up there. All right, Night Baha, thanks for coming. And yeah, spiders are hard to animate, but if I was going to, I'm gonna make if I do make enemy spiders, they will be idle, or why can't I think of the word right now? They will not walk, they will not move. They will be lame. No. And then the spider that's chasing you is going to be humongous, so big that you just see its head basically, and then maybe like two of the claws pinching up and down like that, and then the pincher is slowly going like this. Yeah. But anyway, all right, so let's make this. I haven't started. Start. Okay, so user interface. Basics. Cool. It's already on full rect. Nice. I'm just going to go ahead and save the scene real quick. So, wait, scenes, and then we're going to do title, scene, and then we'll just save this as title Title scene. Yep. Okay, and then we need this. We need a label, por supuesto. So what I want to do here is I want to go to fonts. And then I'm going to save this. So we'll save it, and then I'll go one more up. Fonts, and this will be font score. Say font normal maybe. Actually, what's the size? Better way to do it. Font 64. Font 64. There we go. Okay, so then here, what I'll do is then I can just go to theme overrides. I don't like using themes. Yeah, no problem, man. Oof. What do you use? Quick load. Cool. Actually, I'm just gonna make this an Affinity Designer. Interesting, I've actually never heard of Clip Studio. Cool. Is it expensive? I use Affinity. It's great. Uh-oh. Have I just reached the limit? No. Okay, so I'm gonna make this one 800 by 500. That's probably fine. Yeah, I used to use Photoshop, and I had it for a while, and I really liked it, but then I got it for cheap because I was in school, and there's like a huge discount where I paid $50 a year for the entire Photoshop suite. Affinity is nice if you like Affinity. The photo program I actually don't like. I don't like the Affinity Photo that much. But I also am less experienced with it, but the things I used to do in Photoshop are a little more difficult. But in terms of the graphic design software, it's fantastic, and it's like $25 for life, you know? So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's see, what do I want to do? So this is small fall, one word. Actually, we're gonna make this all caps, so it doesn't really matter. Then, oh, I never got the font on this computer, so I have to go into here actually. And install this. I just updated to Ventura, and it's glad it hasn't gotten in my way at all. Chinese Rocks. It's an interesting name, but I like this font. Okay, so one thing, I want to get the basic size. Well, we actually can do this. So if this is 12, I'll make this like not double, maybe like 18. Yeah, there we go. Also, it does look a little more hardcore than I imagined it looking in my head. Okay, and then I should be able to do this now. Let's just take the width, and I'll chain these. I'll put the width to, let's do 750. And I'll obviously center it. That's weird that that just happened as I'm praising this program. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna add I want to try and mimic the outline that it adds in Godot. Oh, that's a dead simple outline. I can just use I don't even have to do something fancy. Let's see, I think it's in the game, it's 6. It's pretty good. I might go a little bigger than that for the title. Alex Wendell, what's going on, man? Game is going well. About to make a complete gameplay loop. Very, very excited. So the question is, I'm gonna have. Let's see. Let's go to my. I think it's Chasm. I'm gonna use this color palette. I got it a long time ago. It's called Chasm 32. I think it's on Lo-Fi or something. Lots of neons. The question is, do I leave this white? That's a very design decision that I should not be concerned about right now. Especially because one other decision would be, do I want to do this and make this one, oh, now I gotta know what size this is, 64.7. I hate decimals. I have like minor. I think I actually have OCPD. So that's the other option. It's kind of make it look like it's coming in, and I could actually like decrease the size of the letter so it looks like it's like falling in towards the middle. Actually, I do think I like the this one a little better. Although it's weird that they're overlapping, but I think I can adjust the kerning. Mouth. I don't know why this is up here. I don't love that out there. Interesting. It's fine. This is story of a girl. Critter run down the whole world. 50% increased. Part was like, I kind of like some of them squished together, but not all of them. I like that M and A squished together, but the L's don't really work super well. Screw it, I'll just do it. It says it's at the -20. What the heck, man? Oh, that's because I just did that. The her. Okay. Might keep it will work. Set that to +50. And then we'll set this guy to that's -50. Can I go more than that? Could I do -100? Okay, yeah. I think it need to be just a tiny bit less bunched. on this A here. Yeah, I'll set this A to 0. Screw it. We'll go with that. Okay. And then, what are we at? Height is, let's actually adjust this. Make this 750. And then I hate decimals. So we will make this 200 maybe. A little more scrunched. Apply. Okay, then take this and we will make the height 250. Anchor to page. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be our title. All right. I think I did name this whole art. You can call this art title. Why is it trying to export to the desktop? That's my one like actual complaint about this program is the it like doesn't save to where you'd expect it to save, which is really weird. Like if you open a file into here, you'd expect if you click save for it to try and save into that location, but it saves to the last location, even if that you hadn't touched this in a week and you saved some obscure folder. It remembers there, and then you have to navigate back. Yeah, it's like my one complaint. Why do I keep not finding that? Images. Okay, title. Save. I'm saving all these as PNGs. Apparently in Godot 4 you can use SVGs pretty well. I need more music, man. Okay, so title screen. Rather than a label now, we'll get a texture rect. We'll add that. That's perfect. And we'll do center top, and then we'll come down just a bit. You hath returneth. Sapo. Is it, how do you say it? Is it Sapo or Sappho? Yeah, it's very simple, very simple. Okay, and then now we'll just get some labels. I'm just gonna get a VBox container. Then I will center the VBox container. Sappho. Okay. Sappho. Sappho. Ah, okay. Sappho, Sappho. All right. Okay, so tell me how bad Sappho is. That's on it or no? Okay, so this is centered, and then actually I want to do center wide. H center wide. There we go. And then I will put that up there like that. Lit. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm doing? This is dumb, because we should just do center top, just like that one, and then drag. Oopsies. And then I can drag it down so it looks good. And that way, oh, except I have this on stretch though, so it stretches rather than scales. I don't think I can change that for just the title. Not that it really matters, to be honest. Okay, so alignment, center, I need to get going. This is all stuff that should not matter that much. I'm gonna have to make my own buttons again. It takes like 10 seconds to make my own button. Button, flat. Theme overrides, styles, style box empty. Putting that in all of them. I really hate Godot buttons. Okay, so then we're gonna add a label, and we will go full rect to the label. I don't know why it made that so big. And then I'll do theme overrides, fonts, quick load, and we'll quick load that font. And we'll say button. I make my custom button by, I don't know why it's, oh, that's why. We do want this top left, but I also, so we do the label, oh, because it's not center, be align center. Cool. Scenes, and then, just in case I need to, button, save. Okay, and then I can connect, add a script, custom button. Dude, I swear I turned default off. And we'll just connect our, what time is it? It's 5:12, you guys. Mouse entered. Huh, I thought they had hover, but maybe they got rid of that in 5.1. Maybe I'm dead wrong, who knows? Oh yeah, there's a, like, I make this scene, it's so easy that I don't even copy paste it, but I just make it so when you enter, you do something, and then when you exit, you do something, just like this. Exited. And then we can do something when it's pressed. Like that. Also, I want to make sure that if we go to mouse, filter, good, it's on ignore, as it should be. Okay. So actually, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna get my color palette in here now. So let's actually change this to something like 100 times 100. And then we'll make just little squares that are like 10 by 10 pixels. I think there's like an add-on that does this. Doesn't make it quite so awful. Let's watch it. Fudge. Oh, that's actually okay. I just gotta do the old-fashioned way. It's not that old-fashioned. Just gotta make sure I'm getting the pinks I used here. I definitely used that pink. I don't remember doing it. Oh, that's when I hit 10. Yeah, this is not an Adobe app. This is called Affinity Designer, right there. And they, at least when I bought it, they went on sale like almost every month for 50% off for 25 bucks. And so it happened enough times like, let me just buy it and try it. And then I canceled Photoshop. $25 one time. And then if you don't do that, it's 50 bucks. So yeah, they're really trying to copy Photoshop and stuff. This is supposed to be replacing Illustrator, but they pretend that that's not the case. Okay. Is this is that color? Okay, cool. What colors will I use? Obviously you want this blue in here. It's an awesome blue. Probably do this blue too. Good for the blues, and then I'll add a black. And I think this is pure white. Yeah, it looks like pure white. Yeah, I definitely need to get some new music though. So we're like kind of teetering on all the stuff I've got. Smart selection? Not in Designer, but in Photo they do. Actually, I might. So the way Designer works is you have a like basically vector persona, pixel persona, and then you've got expert persona, export. So if you want to, like, for instance, when I made fonts, I made like 100 different export bins, and then I could edit each layer and then export it as a font, or not as a font, but yeah, I made a program that turns an AFD file into a font, but you get the idea. This, and then they've got this, the magic brush tool, stuff like that. But they have better, and then the magic wand tool. But I don't know. I don't use this too much because I'm usually stuck in here, because then I can control and I don't have to worry about stuff moving too much. Doesn't look like there's a lot of in between there, so I might just do that. I want greens in this. I don't think so, but you know what I do need for sure, well, I'm gonna have, are yellows for the coins, of course. What is that? That's interesting. It doesn't feel like it fits the palette that much. I'll take your word for it. It should be here. Yeah. And I guess I'll just do this anyway. Just toss the white there. That looks pretty. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. I think we're chilling like that. I think I like that better in that palette. This is like, boom. This is pretty good. This is eh. That'll work. Anyway. Okay, and now we can do this, this, and then that's just 400 by 400. Oopsies. That is 40 by 40. Shit, son of a bitch. Okay. Boom. Okay, and now I will save this file as palette. Yeah, I guess we'll put it in images. Okay, save, quit. Don't save, I don't know what I did there. Okay. So, the reason I did that was so that now I can have the color palette in here. There's no way to just extract it, as far as I know. Hopefully it didn't muddy them up so much that I can't just color pick them. Oh, here, I gotta select. Just another, it really doesn't matter. I just need something, that way it doesn't fudge with me. Oh yeah, I don't think it's fine that it blurred it. This won't be in the, you know, in the center. It looks like it's true enough for me. True enough for government work. Probably will not be using all of these colors, to be honest. The other color that I'm using, besides all of these, of course, is True Black. Okay, cool. There's a palette, and then now, I mean, I can delete it, never need it again. But palettes, if you save them here, do not transfer over to, like, if you upload to Git. It's kind of weird. I actually made an add-on that does that for you. It'll keep track of the palette. Yeah. But I don't think I put on the acid lib, so I can't use it, and I don't really want to figure out where it is. Anyway, the whole point of doing that and getting the palette in here was so that now I can just grab those colors when I want. So when you hover over one, I think I'll have it turn bright pink. I think that'd be kind of cool. So we'll go here, visibility, and then I'll hit, this is the hot pink. Click the raws. So we'll say const hover color equals color, and then it is 0.95, 0.47, 0.81. 0.95, 0.47, 0.81. I didn't put in there. And obviously the alpha is 1, 0. And then, yeah, it should work. And then, I guess on click, we can turn it to this cool neon blue here. Const press underscore color equals color. Yeah, I want a VR controller here. 56989.7. 0.56, 0.98, 0.97. For some reason, simple short memory recall tasks like that, like remember these 4 numbers, really, really hard for me. Yeah, I think that's another thing they're gonna be ramping up in 4.0. At least some kind of, I think there are assets for color palettes. How do you spell palette? Is it 1A? Palette swap. Oh, that's easy. Color palette manager. Scene palette. Good old palette swap. Interesting. I don't know what a palette swap would do. Oh, they're just, okay, these are just the shaders. Yeah, it's so easy to do. Make color palettes. Oh yeah, I think this one, yeah, this is the one you can actually, like some, like I could probably, oh, I guess I could just modulate, but I'm gonna do it the fancy way. And then we're also gonna add a tween here. Actually, I should probably use the new tween thing because it's not very difficult. So on mouse entered, I'm going to say get tree dot create tween. So say var tween equals get tree dot create tween, and then we'll say tween dot interpolate value. Actually, I have to look this up. Tree tween. Tween property, that's what. All right, man. Sorry about your dad, but thanks for hanging out, man. For sure. I'm also probably gonna take a break pretty soon, but I'll be on later. Probably stream till like freaking midnight. Yeah, man. You too, for sure. Oh. Okay. Tween property. Which property we want to tween? Oh, we need to on ready bar label equals label. And we want to go to label. We want to go to fonts. Custom colors font color. So between property label dot object. Okay, good. Label. And then we go custom. Custom colors, font color. Yeah. Custom colors, font color. So we want to tween that color to hover color. And then we'll say we'll do that in like 0.25 seconds. And then we can go dot set trans fine, and then we can go dot set ease bounds here. Is that gonna work or is that gonna yell at me? I'm pretty surprised it's not yelling at me, but. That set ease, squeeze, ease, out. Yeah, it doesn't like it ease out. Yep. Okay, and then color. That's just pure white there. And then on button pressed. Trans bounce, ease, in out. In out out. 1.5. Oh. The fuck? That should not be the case. Do I have to add it to the tree? One moment, folks. Hello? Okay, I am back, but not for long because I need to make dinner. So tell me how I'm not literally doing this right here. Get tree.create tween. How am I not literally doing that? Okay, I'm going to use a regular tween then. It's kind of a pain. Sorry, like pinned into my chest hair. Tween dot interpolate property label per color. Duration 0.25. I'm actually going to do constant time equals 0.5 or 25. Tween dot trans sign, and we'll ease out. Tween dot start. Why is it doing this, dude? This is super weird. I've done this 100 times. Never had this issue. Initially, so it's supposed to be, or at least it was, that if you left this as null, that it would just use the default, whatever's currently there. So var current equals label dot get. This is a huge pain in the ass. Way more work than I had hoped. Current. 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 Oops, nope. I want to do this one. What the fuck? Initial value of type nil. Custom. Am I spelling that? CUSTOM underscore colors / font underscore color. What the hell? I have done this so many times. Hit B again. Okay. Oh my god, is that it? That's it. Oh, you just gonna make it so that it sets it. Say label dot set this color to be the default color. Yeah, it's smooth, but it's quick. I like that. I don't understand, however. Oh, because I put hover color, press color. It's weird that it takes that long. I think that's just part of the I also want to do the scale. So we'll do self rect scale. You're supposed to be able to do that. Oh wait, no, I don't want that in this case. Vector 2, 1.2, 1.2. I don't really understand how it's. I just feel like it's certainly taking longer than. Let's do this times 2. There's just no way, man, you know? There's a significant delay. Anyway. Do I use trans back? Yeah, that's what it was. But that's also not, there's something wrong with the scene tree tweenes for sure. Yeah, okay, and then now we just need to make sure that our rect underscore pivot offset equals rect underscore size divided by 2.0. I just don't buy it that is happening in 0.15 seconds. You know what it is? You want to do times 3 times 0.05, yeah, times 3. And then what I'll do, forgot this is the other thing. Then I just set rect scale equal to vector 2.1 times 2. Here we go. Alright, anyway, that's cool. And then, so that's now our custom button scene. I'm gonna set the color. Oh, that's not that. We want this, this, this. There we go. Okay. Save. I wasted way too much time doing that. So dumb of me. Just didn't see if this works. Yeah, it shrunk its rect area, so we have to set a rect min size.
of our rec sizes right now. Why?
So 75. It's our min size. That should work. And yeah, this is the only button. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot. You gotta make it so that. Why is it not completing? Yeah, there we go. Is editor hint. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is so dumb. I should have just used the regular button and been done with it, but of course, I'm me, so I fucking wasted an hour making a button. Okay, now the whole point of doing that was so that I can do an export bar, or not export bar, but I should be able to go here. Hello.
Are you recording yourself?
Yeah. You can talk. You gonna wait? I'll end it right now. Here.
I'm very hungry.
Okay.
I'm hangry.
All right, you guys. I will pick this up later. No one is watching, but I did have people watching.
Okay.
So yeah. Thanks for watching. If you did, I guess I'm going to say that I finished the title scene
Give
for
this
right now.
video a like and subscribe.
Yeah, smash that like button. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.